Hey guys, okay, today's video we're going to talk about changing the startup parameters in SQL. I heard somebody say earlier today, they made the bold statement that you can't change the startup parameters in SQL using PowerShell, and I just can't let that kind of thing go on. So here's your video. It's actually pretty simple. We're going to start here again at the server level, not at the instance level. So as you start up PowerShell, it'll start up in the default instance. So you just do cd ... and that'll bring you here where you are, right? So I've written some of this stuff down already to avoid all the typing. So what you want to use here is, let me go ahead and right click on that and say paste. There we go. So what you want to do is I'm setting cache m equal to new object, and I'm using the, we'll just say the SMO WMI managed computer class in SMO, right? And I know I preach against SMO all the time, but that's only when there's a better way, and I have yet to find a way to do this in the actual provider. So we have to go to SMO WMI managed computer. So now if we say cache m, and let's just take a look at it real quick. You notice how it gives you a list of things, right? And one of them is services. Okay, so now that we've got our services, our list of services, now we can say m.services, and I can see all the services here, right? But I'm only interested in one. Remember, I'm going to change the startup parameters for the SQL service. And you notice here we have advanced properties, right, in all of these guys. There's a better way. Hold on, I'll show you in a second. And you also have startup parameters. That's what we're actually interested in. So what I want to do is I'm going to set, let's say, cache B equal to services, and then I'm going to pipe that to a where clause, name equals MS SQL Server, and that's in here somewhere. If I were to pipe this out to a table, you'd be able to see it easier. Let's see if I can find the SQL just to show you that I'm not crazy. Well, it's in here somewhere, I promise. Let's see, where is it? Name. Anyway, it's in here somewhere. You have to trust me. I just can't find it right now, but it's in the list. I'll show you in a minute. So anyway, we have that there. Now I can say B, and now I have the one for the one service. And you know what, it is there because here I came up with something, right? And here's the name. I can find the name right there, MS SQL Server. Okay, good. So now I've got it down to a single service. Well, now let's take a look at that single service. Didn't want to do that. And let's say B, and let's take a look at the members we can get for it. So of the members we have for B, you notice one of the properties is startup parameters. So I can say B dot startup parameters, and now you can see the regular startup parameters that we're used to seeing. Now the thing here is they're not set up in any kind of array or anything. This is just one big blob of text, like it officially is in the services, right? So the best way to do this is to copy this out. So I'm going to come up here to edit, and I'm going to turn on mark, and I'm going to take this entire thing, I hit enter, and now that gives me what I've got right here. Now it did it a little bit messed up here, right here at the OG. I just have to hit backspace once to get that on one line. For some reason it puts that on two lines. But now I have my entire parameter path, and now I just have to set that to what I want it to be from now on. So I've already got the line here. So I set up cache b.startup parameters equals, put the whole thing in quotes, and let's say I want to set it up, instead of program files, we'll say Sean-program files. I'm not going to do it, so it doesn't matter, right? So now that I've got this, I can take this entire thing as one string, Control C. Let's go ahead and clear the screen so we can see the whole thing. And now I'll just right click and say paste. And now I've got that line. Now I've said that cache b.startup parameters equals, and I've got this whole thing here, and I've got c:\sean/program files blah 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 blah, right? And it's all just one big string. Let's go over here real quick just to show you right here, configuration tools, config manager, go right here, startup parameters, so you can see there's no Sean in here. We changed the D. There's no Sean in here, right? So now when I come back here, let's hit enter, and you'll notice that when I come back here, there shouldn't be a Sean here either. See, nothing has shown up yet. That's because I haven't called the alter method yet. And remember what I always say, if there's an alter method, use it. So now I have to say cache b.alter. There we go. That should give it to us. Now I've got to refresh this guy again, and we should see what we expect to see now. And there we go. We have Sean inserted in the middle of there. So now we have changed our startup parameters, and if we wanted to, now we could restart the service. That's another video that we've done, that everybody's done, and I've done it myself a couple times. And if you want to see that here, I could say b.startup parameters, and here it is right here. And there's our change. Now I'm going to change it back, because even though this is my local box, I still want to use it, right? So now I'm going to change that back, and I'm going to copy that entire line again. Bring this up here. I'll say paste. And again, I'm setting b.startup parameters equals, right? Got all that. b.alter. That's good. Let me refresh this guy again. Startup parameters, and it's back to normal. There you go. And you know, it's really simple, because and it's also really useful too, because even though I'm doing this by hand, you could do this on a lot of your servers. Say if you wanted to add something else to your startup parameters, you could do this. All you got to do is read that whole thing in as a text blob, and then mine the information out of that text blob. Right now you're just doing some good old-fashioned search and replace, and then set it back equal to what you want to, and then call alter, right? So just because I'm doing it by hand here doesn't mean the whole thing couldn't be done programmatically. It just means that I didn't. So what you would do here is you would search for everything between -d and the semicolon, and then you would change that path to what you wanted it to be. Or you would search for, you know, anything between c:\/ and program files, something like that, right? So, you know, you can do all that kind of text mining you want to, do that replace, and then just set that equal to a variable, and then just set it right back, and you're golden. So anyway, that's how you change startup parameters in PowerShell. Don't let me hear you talk about that again. Bye.